Good morning, dreamers. How are you today? We had an amazing weekend with Hannah bringing home her electronic baby. And so we um, had some babysitting time while she went to work. But it was fun to watch her. And she would say, "Why was it fun?" Because she was really involved in this situation and she really took it seriously. And she had postpartum moments with this doll. And Joshua uh, really opened her eyes to how things really went for me, how they will go for her. And yeah, it was really interesting. Carl rolled his eyes about the whole thing, but it's important. It's really important that they see that there's more to life than just them. And I think that's really um, critical thinking. And I'm glad she had this opportunity. And see the envelope right there? That's college applications. Like it's just pretty nutsoids, really, how quickly she's growing up. And I want to be accessible to her without being in her face and without telling her what to do. And it's a hard learning curve for mom to let go of it. Yeah, it's hard. You going through something hard? Going through something difficult? My hope is in Jesus. My hope for my kids, my hope for my future, my financial future, my physical future, things like we're in a really sweet spot right now. The kids are independent and they can transport each other or themselves here, there, and hither and yon because Hannah has her license. Her independence actually gives me some independence as well. But I know the countdown's on. And they say when you're holding one of those little babies, a real one, they say, blink and you're going to miss it. Take your time, enjoy. But there are long days, Mama, Daddy. There are long days. And you're okay. It's okay to be overwhelmed. It's okay to have those moments of, I don't know what to do. Nobody told me. It's okay. And I think that's okay as a parent of a teenager, as a neighbor of somebody who's struggling. Like, you don't have to own this creature. This creature does not have to come from you in order for it to be valid that you want to help it, want to be part of its village, want to guide it, want it to grow. There was someone on Twitter that um, she's a trans woman and she was told that if she came out, her pastor father would be fired. So she was not allowed to be who she was, and she wasn't allowed to ask for help. She wasn't allowed to go for any kind of therapy. She wasn't, it was just, nope, go back to your room. Shut up, sit down. Dad can't lose his job. And it's it's an interesting place to be on social media when you're a complete stranger and you say, "I'm sending you a mom hug. I wish I could make you a cup of tea." That's all I said. And I got a private message about, "You have no idea how much that cup of tea would mean to me. I'm so thankful that you cared enough to say hello." And it just offering a virtual cup of tea. But you see, church is a really tough place to be if you've been rejected by the church. And when someone's faith is such that they really want Jesus and they know him, and they know who they have believed, and they're persuaded that nothing can separate them from that love of God. But something can separate you from the love of people. And the love of people, or the lack thereof, in your face is really hard to deal with on a day to day. even when you're leaning on the arms of Jesus. It's really tough. And it might not be as drastic as that. It might just be loneliness. It might just be there's people swirling all around me, but I'm lonely. It's usually a spiritual loneliness. I know I can get like that. And I literally need to go for a drive and turn everything off. The radio, the podcast, just turn it off and be. And just start talking to the divine creator who sees me. He saw Hagar in the wilderness and he said, hey, guess what, baby? I'm going to ask the hardest thing possible of you and I'm going to send you back. Because I'm not done with you yet. And you have a journey and you will be the mother of many nations. A great people. Hagar, the mother of a great people. And we've collided throughout history. Great people against great people against great people. But we originate in the hand of the Almighty God. That's where we originate. That's our origin story, folks. That's our origin story. And if we could just get back to the origin story, start tending each other's gardens. That's not an inappropriate way of putting it, so don't take it wrong. Start tending each other's spirits and hearts and just be accessible. Offer a real cup of tea, a real cup of coffee, and offer a virtual one. You don't know how helpful that might end up being to somebody, a stranger who lives in Texas. Who knew? Be accessible today. Bring the hope of Jesus. Bring the peace that comes with that hope. And have yourself a wonderful second week of Advent. Know that I love you. Take some time for some sweet dreams today. Bye.